Hello and welcome to the last application walkthrough of the year. There's a little tear running down my cheek just because I'm so sad that this will be the last one that we get to look at. Anyways, let's get it done, okay, and get this term over with. The first thing I'm going to do on this problem is move the 4p squared over. So I have 4p squared equals, I'm going to write the negative 12p. I didn't mean to write equals. So we'll go minus 12p plus 2 equals 0. I'm going to use that nifty pop goes the weasel, or should I say quadratic formula. The opposite of b is going to be 12 plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 144, minus 4 times 4 times 2. Let's see, 4 times 4 is 16 times 2 is 32. All over 2a. 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead and plug that into a calculator. It does say write it in simplest radical form, but let me just look at 144 minus 32. That gives me 112. So I know right away that 112 is not a perfect square, so I won't be able to just use a calculator at this point. I'm going to have to break this bad boy down. 112 splits up into 2 and 56, which will split up into 2 and 28, 2 and 14, 2 and 7. So I get two 2's that are going to come out. 2 times 2 is 4, so we're going to get 12 plus or minus 4 root 7 all over 8. I would be okay with you leaving it in this form. But if you do want to know how to simplify that a little bit, all these, I'm looking at the coefficient on the square root term, and then the number there and number there are all multiples of 4. So we can actually do a little bit of work here. 12 divided by 4 is 3, plus or minus 4 divided by 4 is 1. So we just get square root of 7 there. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So that would be my final answer there as my p value on this problem. Okay, I know it looks tough, but you guys have done quite a few of these problems by now, and you have a pretty good grasp on what it looks like. Let's go ahead and look at this next problem down here, number 2. It's really the rest of the application walkthrough, and I'm not going to say it's easy because it's not, but it is kind of an interesting problem, and it's a good problem to look at. So it says that I'm building a fence to keep my dog in while I'm at work. Okay, I'm going to put it in my backyard. I have 200 meters of fencing, and I plan to use part of the back fence as one side of the dog pen. So the picture down below shows the pen, and the equation models the possible areas of the pen. So this right here, this is my back fence. So I'm not going to have to put any fencing there. I'm going to use my back fence as that. So really I'm just going 1, 2, 3 sides. That doesn't matter too much. To figure out the equation, the area of this pen is going to be x times 200 minus 2x. Okay, and that's just kind of forced by the fact that I have 200 meters of fencing to use, and I want it to be a rectangle. Okay, so let's go ahead and distribute that and see what we get. X times 200 is 200x. X times negative 2x is negative 2x squared. Okay, so my area equals, I'm going to rewrite it, negative 2x squared plus 200x. Okay, that'll be the area of the, whatchamacallit, dog pen. Okay, the pen that I'm using. So that's just the equation part of it for the area. What I want to look at here is say that I use, say that my x value of my fence is 2 meters. What is my area? Okay, just plug those numbers in and see what you get. Okay, you're plugging them into this equation and see what your area is. Okay, after you do that, you should have some tools to sketch this graph. Okay, don't think of any of these things as constant units. Go ahead and build your graph really from the ground up. All I've given you are straight lines to help yourself out. So right here, big thing, label axes. Okay, if you didn't have this, if you had nothing that said sketch a graph, you'd have to do the same thing, and I'm making you do that here. Okay? So let's look at these other random questions down here. So when will the area be 0? Well, is the area ever going to be 0? I guess if the x value, if the one side was 0, then it would be 0, but that's about it. Okay? Set up an equation that shows the area is 600 meters squared and solve it. So really you're looking at this equation here. You have 600 equals negative 2x squared plus 200x. Okay, I would guess you'd move that over and then probably use the quadratic equation. I guarantee it works. It might be some big numbers, but I know for certain that it works. And then the last one, what is the maximum area of the pen? Okay, typo, deal with typos, we do all the time. Okay, so what is the maximum area of the pen? Your graph could help you out with that, or just you using your logic could do that as well. I want to see what you guys can do on these. Remember, it's not about me doing it or making you do it as punishment. I'm helping you guys out, letting you learn something and letting you figure something out for yourself. So I guarantee you, even if you come up and ask me for help, I am going to still challenge you a little bit. But good job. Nonetheless, you guys have made it through just a great year of a flipped Algebra 1 classroom, and I'm so proud of you for learning what you've learned and taking the flipped mastery approach of this and making it work for you guys. Okay, you guys deserve all the credit here. All I did was turn on my document camera and record some videos. That's nothing compared to what you guys have done this year. Be proud of yourselves. Good job.